The new Lotus Evija is an extremely exciting car to me. The design, performance, advancement in technology, these are things we've never seen before. I love how the entire car is a big wing made out of smaller wings. It has holes and tunnels going not only around the car, but through the car. I've received messages about the rear end of the Evija. Seems like a lot of people would want to see a redesign of the rear end. I don't know how I can improve it, if I'm honest with you. The rear end design is so unique with its massive Venturi tunnels, open holes stretching through the car from the front of the rear wheels to the back. The LEDs gives these organic tunnels definition. They frame them and draws your eyes to them. What's even more cool is the addition of LEDs inside of the tunnels themselves. Imagine seeing this car at night with two big illuminated holes in the back. That would be a really cool experience. It's very hard to combine art with engineering, but in this case, Lotus has managed to pull it off and created a car that makes me very excited about what's to come. In this video, we're gonna go back in time, more specifically back to the 1980s and 1983 with the Lotus S3 Esprit. That very signature Giugiaro design, and try to see what we can do to modernize it as if it was going to be built today. Here it is then, the Lotus Esprit Turbo from 1983. I really love the wedge shape of this car. It's almost like a spearhead ready to split the air, and it looks fast just standing still. And that's kind of the feeling that I want to keep with the modernization of it. So what I want to do specifically is to figure out all the big panels of this car. So we have, of course, the hood being a massive panel facing upwards. That way, it almost has the same level. It doesn't have a lot of curvature to it, and I don't want to add any curvature to it either. I want to have a lot of different big surfaces facing different ways and play around in that way with reflections and the coloring and shading of the car. And I also want to have this distinct cut line, or this, I would probably call this the shoulder line of the car, even though it sits a little bit lower than usual. Normally, well, it does have a shoulder line that goes there as well, but this is the more distinct side line if you look at this car from the side. Of course, I want to keep that so we have this sharp angle in the middle here, which is going to create two different shades. One shade, distinct blue shade for the top part right there, and then a darker shade, of course, facing down towards the ground, and it's probably going to have some brown tones in it as well if we want to keep the reflections of the ground down here. I want to keep it as clean as possible, and by that I mean removing this side intake that goes right here and move it up to this point in the C-pillar like they did with newer generation of the Esprit. I think in 85 already they moved this intake up here. They might still keep this, but this intake definitely got larger, and that's pretty much what I want to do with the redesign as well. Of course, delete this old bumper and these old indicators and blinkers. Keep this graphic here. I really like the contrast between red and blue, but I think I'm gonna go towards a more light blue and orange color, so the stripe is going to be more orange than red. And we also have to work, of course, with the air intakes and figure out some stylish yet simple way to implement those graphics into the front of the car. All of these chrome lists that we have going around the windows of the car, I want to make those black, preferably matte black. Might add some glossy parts in here. Not sure yet, we have to figure that out as well. Change up the wheels to make them more modern. Maybe take the wheels straight from a Lotus Esprit from the late 90s. I really love those wheels, and I think they would obviously look great on this shape because it's a very similar, generally speaking, shape to the newer Esprits as well. This side mirror, I want to move that from the position where we have it right here on the door. I want to move that up until this point so that it sticks up somewhere around here. And that is also more of a modern touch to a detail, but it's all about those small details adding up and creating this new modernized look of the car. So that's the brief of the 1983 Lotus Esprit Turbo. Now let's jump into the actual redesign of this car and let's play around with these surfaces and let's see how this goes. The Lotus Esprit is a sports car that was built in the United Kingdom between 1976 and 2004. It was among the first of designer Giorgetto Giugiaro's polygonal folded paper designs. Gone were the flowing rounded curves of the 60s, replaced by flat surfaces and razor-sharp edges. Designs became more geometric than organic, a trend that would continue throughout the design world until the 1990s. This angular look became the basis for Giugiaro's own Italdesign studio in 1967. In 1970, Tony Rudd, who had arrived at Lotus the previous year, proposed two new model development projects. The first, Project M50, resulted in the 1974 Elite. The second, Project M70, meant to develop a successor to the Europa, which was to be a two-door fixed-head mid-engine coupe. A meeting between Colin Chapman and Giugiaro was arranged in 1971 by designer Oliver Winterbottom, who also suggested that Giugiaro use his Maserati boomerang concept as the inspiration for the new Lotus. And this boomerang concept also has a crazy looking interior, which you can see right here. Work began on the new car in the mid-1971 with production of a 1:4 scale model. According to Italdesign, Chapman was disappointed with the wind test results with the model and halted the project, but the Italian coach builder pressed on and built a full-size mock-up on a stretched modified Europa chassis. The nameless prototype, often simply called the Silver Car, appeared on the Italdesign stand at the 1972 Turin Auto Show and convinced Chapman to finally approve further development. Development continued with production of a second prototype, registered as IGG01 and known as the Red Car. Design of the car's mechanical systems progressed, but was not complete when the Esprit was officially announced. The Esprit was launched in October of 1975 at the Paris Motor Show and entered production in June of 76, replacing the Europa in the Lotus model lineup. These first cars became known as the Series 1 or S1 Esprits. The wedge-shaped fiberglass body was mounted on a steel chassis. Power came from a 2-liter Lotus 907 4-cylinder engine that produced 162 horsepower in the European trim and only 140 in the US trim. The S1 is regarded to have one of the best steerings of any Esprit, although it was a bit underpowered, especially in markets such as the United States, where the engine was stifled by emission controls. Lotus claims of acceleration from 0 to 97 kilometers per hour, which is 0 to 60 miles per hour, in 6.8 seconds with a top speed of 222 kilometers an hour, and that equals 138 miles per hour. These numbers may have been a little bit optimistic, as actual road tests revealed a 0 to 60 time of 8 seconds and a top speed of 214 kilometers per hour or 133 miles per hour. The S1 Esprit was distinguished from later Esprit by its shovel-style front air dam, Fiat-sourced taillights, absence of body-style ducting, and Wolf-Race alloy wheels. The S1 is rare in the present day, mostly due to drivetrain problems, which has put most of them out of commission. In 1978, the revised Series 2 or S2 Esprit was introduced. External changes included intake and cooling ducts added behind the rear quarter windows, taillights from a Rover SD1, and an integrated front spoiler. S2 Esprits also has 14-inch Speedline alloy wheels designed by Lotus themselves. In 1980, the SX Turbo Esprit was launched. This special edition model wore the blue, red, and chrome colors of the Essex Overseas Petroleum Corporation, the sponsor of Team Lotus from 79 to 81. And this was the first turbocharged Esprit. The power was bumped to 210 horsepower. The SX Turbo sprinted from 0 to 60 in 6.2 seconds with a top speed of 150 miles per hour or 241 kilometers per hour. The brakes were also improved. Giugiaro designed an aerodynamic body kit for the car with a rear lip spoiler, prominent louvered rear hatch, more substantial bumpers, a deeper front air dam and air ducts in the sills just ahead of the new 3-piece 15-inch Compomotive rear wheels. A total of only 45 SX Turbo Esprits were ever built, making it a rare sight and very desirable among car collectors. The Series 3 or S3 of course and the Turbo Esprit were introduced in April of 1981. These two models shared a common chassis and bodywork was based on a common set of molds. The final incarnation of the Giugiaro styled Esprit were announced in April of 1986, because in 1987 the Esprit was restyled once again, but by now by British designer Peter Stevens. And Stevens, who would later go on to design the McLaren F1, produced a less angular, more rounded Esprit, and Giugiaro is said to have liked the shape, claiming it was perhaps too close to his original design. The exterior changes were accompanied by a redesign of the interior that gave more space to the occupants. The revised Esprit was not giving a new S-series, but is called by its project code of X180. However, Esprit sales and production fell sharply in 1991 and 92 as the SE started to face newer competitors like the Honda NSX. Another refresh of the car in 1993 penned by Julian Thompson resulted in the Series 4 or S4. Exterior changes to this version included a smaller rear spoiler placed halfway up the rear deck lid, revised front and rear bumpers along with new side skirts. New 5-spoke alloy wheels were also fitted. New rectangular taillights were borrowed from the Toyota AE86. In 1996, Lotus launched the Esprit V8. The car came equipped with Lotus' own Type 918 V8 engine producing 350 horsepower, but this could easily be tuned up to 500 horsepower. The V8's 0 to 60 time was 4.4 seconds with a top speed of 175 miles per hour or 282 kilometers per hour. The final redesign of the Lotus Esprit came in 2002 when it received new styling by Lotus designer Russell Carr. No mechanical changes were made. The major change on the outside was the introduction of round taillights. And that's the redesign of the Lotus Esprit Turbo from 1983. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button. I'm the Sketch Monkey. I will see you in the next video. Take it easy.